Don't move! The words froze him in place. Noah's voice came through the screen, trembling. There's someone behind you. Jake's pulse spiked, his eyes darting to the shadows stretching across his room. He turned, expecting to laugh, maybe catch his reflection in the dark window. But the room was empty. Only the cold glow of his monitor flickered. When he faced the screen again, Noah hadn't moved. His face had gone pale. Noah. Jake tried to grin. You're messing with me, right? Noah didn't answer. His gaze was fixed, terrified, locked on something behind Jake. I'm not kidding, he whispered. She's right. There. The connection crackled. The video glitched. For a heartbeat, Jake saw it, a blur of black by the doorway. And then it was gone. The silence pressed down, heavy, thick, like the air itself had weight. Jake turned his webcam toward the door, forcing a shaky laugh. See? Nobody's there. But Noah's eyes flicked side to side, tracking something Jake couldn't see. Jake, he said slowly. She's standing closer. Jake's throat tightened. What do you mean, closer? The woman, Noah stammered. In black, her head's bent down. I can't see her face. Jake's stomach twisted. He turned again, slower this time, scanning the dark hallway, just his jacket on the hook. That's all, a trick of the light. Then, a sharp pop from the speakers. A whisper followed, low, wet, like breath sliding through static. Jake froze. What the hell was that? Noah didn't answer, his image distorted, static crawling over his face. Jake, listen to me, he said through glitches. Don't look at her too long. It's how she gets in. Jake slammed his laptop shut. The room fell into silence, thick, suffocating, wrong. He sat there, heart pounding, trying to laugh. Maybe it was a prank, filters, effects, some kind of sick joke, but something deep inside him said it wasn't. His phone buzzed. Noah's text lit up the dark. Bro, you still there? Tell me she didn't touch you. Jake frowned. What? What are you talking about? The typing dots blinked, then vanished. A new message appeared. I just saw her turn her head. Jake's breath caught. He didn't want to look up, didn't want to see the corner near the door, but something shifted. Fabric brushing against wood, soft, deliberate. He whispered, Noah? The phone vibrated again. She's behind you again. The screen dimmed as the power flickered out. For an instant, the dark swallowed everything. Everything except a pale hand. It slid up the back of his chair. When the lights came back, Jake was alone. Only the faint whir of his laptop fan filled the room. It sounded almost like breathing. He didn't open it again that night, but later, when he checked the saved video file, the last frame showed his reflection, and someone standing behind him, smiling. Morning light crept through the blinds, thin, gray, and colorless. Jake hadn't slept. Every creak, every whisper of wind made him flinch. His phone lay shattered on the floor, its screen still faintly glowing. The laptop sat on the desk, closed, but humming softly like it was breathing. He told himself it was over, just his mind. Stress, exhaustion. He reached for the power button. The screen flickered on before he touched it. No login, no desktop, just video playback, the recording from last night's call. He tried to close it, but the mouse wouldn't move. The video continued on its own, static, darkness. Then his own face appeared, lit by his monitor's glow, except he wasn't moving. He just sat there, staring straight ahead, eyes open, unblinking. His reflection on screen began to smile. Jake stumbled back. No, that's not. The recording tilted, like the camera itself was slowly being lifted. And then he saw her again, the woman, standing directly behind the version of himself. Her hand rose, resting gently on his shoulder. The Jake in the video turned toward her, but the real Jake didn't, because he could feel it. That same cold weight pressing against his shoulder, fingers that weren't there. He couldn't breathe, couldn't speak. The air felt electric, charged with something watching. The woman's whisper seeped through the speakers again, echoing inside his skull. "You let me in." The room dimmed, lights flickering like a heartbeat losing rhythm. The screen showed both of them now, the reflection Jake and the woman face to face. She leaned close to his reflection's ear, and then his own ear burned, like someone had breathed against it. Jake screamed, shoving the chair back, the sound distorting through the room's static. The screen flashed, images looping, distorting, his room, his door, his face, her smile. The words appeared again, this time across every surface of the screen. "You can't leave if I'm still looking at you." Jake grabbed the laptop, slammed it shut, but the whisper didn't stop. It was behind him now, a slow, deliberate inhale. He turned. Nothing. Then, in the reflection of the dark TV screen across the room, she stood inches behind him. He spun, but the space was empty, only cold air and the faint smell of damp earth. He ran to the door, yanked it open. The hallway was wrong. Walls stretched longer than they should. Lights buzzed too slow, too deep. Every door was open, leading into identical rooms, each with a glowing laptop. Each showing him. Hundreds of reflections of Jake, some looking terrified, others smiling too wide. And behind every reflection, her. Her head bent, waiting. He backed away, shouting for Noah, for anyone. But his voice came back distorted, like it wasn't his anymore. From every open door, whispers rose together, a chorus of breaths. "You looked too long. You let me see you." He stumbled, slamming his door shut, pressed his back to it, shaking. The laptop screen glowed again on the desk, cracked, bleeding light. A new message appeared, typing itself out letter by letter. "Look behind you one last time." Jake's hands trembled. His breath came shallow. The whisper grew louder, crawling beneath his skin, echoing in his bones. He turned slowly, heart pounding, dread sinking into his spine. And there she was, closer than ever. Her face was pale, stretched thin, eyes like static, empty, endless, hungry. She smiled. The lights went out. The laptop fell silent. And when morning came, the neighbors found his apartment untouched, except for one thing. The laptop was still on, a frozen video call screen. Jake sitting perfectly still, eyes open, smiling, and behind him, a shadowed figure leaned close to the camera, whispering something no one could hear. The recording ended there, but the file stayed open, looping endlessly, waiting for the next viewer to press play. Jake woke up to the sound of his phone vibrating, again and again and again. The screen flashed white in the dark, lighting his face like a camera flash. Dozens of notifications flooded the screen, missed calls, unread messages, unknown numbers. Each one time-stamped between 2:03 and 2:07 a.m. when he'd been asleep. He rubbed his eyes, uneasy. He didn't remember hearing it ring once. He opened the first voicemail. Silence. Then a faint exhale, slow and wet. He deleted it instantly, but the next one played on its own. "Jake," a whisper breathed through the speaker, stretching his name too long. He dropped the phone, heart hammering. The whisper kept playing even after it hit the floor. He unplugged it, turned it off. The sound didn't stop. It was coming from the laptop on his desk. The screen was on. He hadn't opened it. The webcam light glowed faintly as if someone else had turned it on remotely. His reflection appeared, sleepy and pale, but something was wrong behind him. The door was closed in real life, but open in the reflection. Jake's stomach twisted. He turned, half expecting to see her. Nothing. Just the quiet hum of morning, soft rain against the glass. He looked back at the screen. The reflection door was still open. And now, someone stood inside it. A figure in black. Head bowed, shoulders shaking, like silent laughter. He slammed the laptop shut again, breath shallow. This couldn't be happening. He wasn't losing it. He opened his phone and called Noah, straight to voicemail. He tried again. Same thing, but then the phone buzzed, an incoming video call. From Noah. Jake answered instantly. "Dude, what the hell is going on?" The voice that replied wasn't Noah's. It was slower, wet, familiar. "Don't hang up." Jake froze, the color draining from his face. The screen showed static, and within the noise, movement, shapes, a doorway, a faint outline of his own room, and her. The same woman, pale, motionless. Only this time she was looking straight at him. He could see her face, stretched wide, eyes too open, like cracked glass. Then the screen blinked black. The call ended. Jake sat in silence, trying to catch his breath. The phone vibrated again. Same number, same name. He didn't answer. But this time, the sound of the call came not from his phone, but from his laptop. The ringing echoed twice. Then a voice whispered through both devices at once. "You saw me!" Every light in the room flickered. The rain outside stopped mid-sound. Jake looked toward the door. It was still closed, but a faint shadow now fell under it, long and unmoving. He backed away slowly, whispering to himself, "It's not real. It's not real." The laptop screen glowed again. One line of text appeared. "You let me in." He stared, frozen, as the cursor blinked. Then more letters appeared. Not typed, but scratched across the display, like from inside the glass. "Can I stay?" Jake yanked the power cord from the wall. The lights died. The whole apartment fell silent. And from somewhere deep inside the darkness, his speakers crackled one last time. A woman's voice whispered, faint and cold, "Don't look away this time." Jake turned toward the sound and saw movement in the black reflection of his window, a shape behind his own, leaning closer. The glass fogged as if someone was breathing on the other side. He whispered, "Noah, please pick up." But only static answered, and through that static, laughter, soft, distant, almost human, almost.